A brief overview of our Spero Academy Emergent Literacy Assessment, the SAEL assessment. There's a few different ways that you can access the SAEL assessment. We have digital copies online. There's a few places that you can find them. We also have physical materials that were either handed out to you by the academic department, or if you just ask us, we can get them for you at any point in time. The online digital materials are going to be on the academic department website. You'll scroll down and click on district assessments. It's also over here on the left-hand side. We've got our overview and scroll down, and this is the Spero Academy Emergent Literacy Assessment folder. You can also find it in Google Drive. This will just take you to Google Drive. But it's in our our shared drive. So if you go to Google Drive, My Drive, oh goodness, my internet's unhappy. You can find it under the 2022-2023 Teacher Therapist folder. If you don't have this saved to your Google Drive, then you can go to Shared with Me and it'll pop up over there. So we'll click on 2022-2023 Teacher Therapist folder, and then Assessments at Spero Academy. And then right here is the SAEL assessment. Now, in this SAEL assessment, we have a few subfolders and some materials. You can print these SAEL assessment scoring sheets really easily by just downloading them. I just did a 2-click and hit download, and that's a PDF, so it'll download really nicely and should print really nicely as well. You also have access to the scoring materials and the student materials. We made them in Google Slides, so they're pretty easy to access. Otherwise, we also have the Google Slides presentations and the choice of 4 materials for you as well. This folder is just for the academic department. It's just for printing. So I'll give you a brief overview of these different sections of the SAEL assessment. We have 5 sections for the SAEL assessment. We have a pre-reading, phonics, decoding, high-frequency words, and listening comprehension. I will have a training another training for you that goes over how to score all of these sections, but right now I just want you to be familiar with what those are. And then we also have the total or average for the SAEL assessment altogether. Here are the scoring sheets for all of the different sections. They're all in this same PDF document, so when you print it, you'll have all of these ready to go. And then we also have the Google presentations that I wanted to show you. So section 1 and section 2, the first section is the pre-reading skills, and so that's 1 and 2 on your assessment. So if we click on this will pop up. Oh, I didn't want that. Sorry, my internet's really slow today. Okay, well, it should pop up with essentially a presentation that you will provide to your students that will, oh goodness, that will show you, you can just kind of present it to them. This worked better for me when I gave my assessments because my students a lot of times attended visually a little bit better to something that was digitally on the screen and kind of up within their, when they're sitting up just like right in their view versus having to like lean over and look at a piece of paper. So this worked a little bit better for me. I really wanted to show you. Okay, so here's the alphabet knowledge. So I'll say that when you're doing this assessment, I just ask that you click on slideshow rather than just scrolling through the slide deck with all of these still up on the left hand side. And that's because it will help your students to just focus on one particular slide at a time, versus kind of seeing what's coming up, or maybe noticing, the colors and things that are up at the top. So all you really need to do is just click through and ask your student to to identify that letter, to tell you what the name of the letter is. Okay? So that's pretty easy. It is going to operate pretty much the same way for all of the other sections. So we have our pre-reading skills, our emergent phonemic awareness, our emergent word decoding, high frequency words, and listening comprehension. Sorry, this slow Google is really driving me crazy right now. Okay, so we have the choice of 4 materials right here as well. So you should be able to click on this, and the folders will look exactly the same. You'll have 1 through 2, the pre-reading skills, 3 and 4, the emergent phonemic awareness, emergent word decoding, high frequency words, and comprehension. The only difference is that these are going to be from a visual field of 4. So you'll just want to be really careful when you're presenting this to make sure that you are keeping track of where you are in your scoring, because I always got lost when I was doing my presentations with a choice of 4, and would have to go back and count how many I had done. So since there's 4 letters up, at a time, it will get kind of confusing. You can see how that would work. All right, and that was an overview of our SAEL assessment.